There's a proxy.
I will call to order the meeting for Wednesday, December 10th. May I have roll call, please?
Mayor Allen,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Clayton,
Present.
Commissioner Caylor.
Hope she's on her way in.
Okay, I'll come back there. Commissioner Crowley,
Present.
Commissioner Skidmore,
Present. Get away.
and Commissioner Caylor.
I'm here with college students.
Okay, for my final time as mayor, I'd like to welcome everyone here in the audience as well as everyone watching or listening at home. We'll begin today's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation by Commissioner Skidmore.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great to see such a great crowd out there today. We were thinking maybe this is a budget meeting, but I guess it's not. So I guess we're good. Let's pray. Father in heaven, we give you thanks for this gathering, for everybody here represented. We thank you for our community and the outpouring of love that we have for everyone. And Lord, we are losing a commissioner tonight as Sarah retires. We just want to give you thanks for her dedication and service to our community for so many years. And Lord, we're inviting and adding a new commissioner in Tim Van Leiden. We give you thanks for his willingness to serve on this panel, as well as his willingness to work with our community. And we ask for your hand to be on his shoulder and continue to guide him in his decisions as well. And so, Father, as we go over these items on the agenda, we do ask for wisdom from above. You know, your scriptures tell us we need to ask you for wisdom, and you freely give it. And so we do ask for that and clarity and tender hearts as we make these decisions, the right ones that you want us to make tonight. We give you thanks for all these things now in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Commissioner Skidmore. We'll move on to public comments. Do we have any registered?
We have none registered.
Okay. We will skip over item 10 with nothing under appointments, proclamations, recognitions, and nominations. We'll move on to the consent agenda, which includes minutes from December 3rd, 2025 regular meeting, minutes from the October 21st, 2025 OMA Advisory Board meeting, approval of the contract with Asplin Tree Expert LLC for electric line clearance, tree trimming in zones 3 and 4, and the agenda approval. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. At this time, I'd like to give the commissioners a chance to declare any conflict or communication they've had that might influence their ability to consider today's issues impartially. Seeing none, we'll skip over unfinished business. We'll move on to new business, item 11A.
Recognition of Commissioner Caylor's service.
And is there a presentation? Do we have? Not sure.
We have another slide with some pictures.
Okay, very good. Oh, there we go. Okay, very good. So we have a plaque for Commissioner Caylor, and it says, with our deepest appreciation to Sarah Caylor in recognition of your outstanding leadership, vision, and unwavering dedication to the citizens of Ottawa from 2011 to 2025, including 4 terms as mayor. Your service as city commissioner has left a lasting legacy of progress and integrity.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, would you like to say a few words?
I actually have just a couple things to say. I know that no one up here is surprised. I want to thank, and I'm so glad these pictures are up because this was one of the things that I thought was the most important thing that I really wanted to thank the commissioners that had set up here with me before. And not all those pictures, they don't depict all the years that I was here, but I certainly want to call them out. And some of them are not here with us anymore on this earth. And I learned so much from every single person that I sat with on this dais. So Commissioner Gene Ramsey, Mayor Ramsey, I guess, White Richard, once a mayor, always a mayor. Isn't that what you said? Blake Jorgensen, Jeff Richards, Linda Reed, Sean Dickinson, Sharon Geis, Tom Wygan. And then these individuals right up here that I have served with, Emily Graves, Zach Clayton, Eric Crowley, and Mike Skidmore, who I've served the longest with. And then although I did not serve with her, I want to thank Sarah Hump too, because she really, she helped and inspired me to run, to throw my hat in the ring. Second of all, I just want to thank the citizens of Ottawa. Thank you for entrusting me to hopefully make our city better. Lastly, I want to thank my family. And I was recently honored with a distinguished service award, the Max Embrace Distinguished Service Award, and we haven't had a chance to talk about that up here at the KMEA, Kansas Municipal Energy Agency Conference. And this award meant so much to me because as the people in the electric department know and the utility department know, I will do whatever needs to be done for the utility department. My grandpa, Grandpa Kane, he courageously moved his wife and children to Ottawa, lost his wife shortly after they moved to Ottawa, but he stayed here and he raised his 3 kids and walked to the utility department every single day so that his kids could go to Eugene Field, walk to Eugene Field, but he could walk to work and he could be home for lunch because they used to have lunch out then. And he could be home for lunch to have lunch with his kids and then walk back to the power plant. Every time I think about the utility department, I think about the selfless love that really people gave to my family when a single man or a widowed man and his 3 children were living in our community. And that speaks volumes about our city, that it was important enough that they would embrace him and that they still embrace me. And that's why this award was so important. So my family, thank you. My kids know I love them. And yeah, they know I love them. And they're the reason I ran, really. I ran because I wanted us to have better parks, and there's not one park that hasn't been touched in my time here. So we have opened lots of parks, have lots of pictures of kids cutting ribbons with parks. And I look forward, here's my strong thing as going to be a private citizen. I look forward to the fabulous things coming in our parks department, you know, aquatics and things like that. So thank you to my daughters for being there for me and for being the reason that I ran. So thank you all.
I also want to say thank you for serving for 14 years. That is a long time. And I know I've served for off and on for 10 years and you've been here obviously that entire time. So I haven't known a commission without you. So I appreciate your leadership, your commitment, your advocacy for our community, and you've made a huge impact on Ottawa and our quality of life here. We're grateful for your years of hard work, thoughtful decision-making, unwavering dedication, and I hope great things for your future that don't include the words budget season.
Done.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll jump in before the others do as well, and just thank you. Being on the commission only a few years, it's been invaluable, you and the others as well, but you as, you know, with your expertise, being able to call someone and just say, hey, I have this question. Hey, I have this question. And I've really appreciated that since I've been on, and even, you know, your leadership the years before I was on and all of that. I've learned so much sitting beside you for the past few years. And so, you know, we're sad to see you go. But as Mayor Emily said, this will be the first time that I will sit at a dais with a different commission than I had started with. So I'm excited for that opportunity for sure. And just want to thank you for your service to the community as well.
Sarah, as I look at these pictures, I noticed some of the people that I've served with also, and I used to, about 8 years ago when I first sat at the dais, I used to think that, you know, looking at Commissioner Skidmore and Commissioner Jorgensen, that those were the guys that I was going to look up to because, you know, I was the next old white guy that was going to set up here, quite honestly. So, and I've learned a lot from those individuals, but quite honestly, I think I've learned more from you than I have anybody else that I've sat up here with. A lot of the conversations that we've had outside of, you know, the commission, you know, as friends, where we could bounce stuff off each other and we weren't worried about what the other was going to say. We'd piss each other off every once in a while, but that's fine. I appreciated your comments. I appreciated the things that you told me, you know, how to be a commissioner, the people to look up to, you know, don't be afraid to buck the system every once in a while if you need to. I've learned a lot from you. What I will not miss is the mean mom looks I would get every once in a while when I would not make the decision you thought I would. So, if you're gonna do those, please do those from afar from now
I'll
on.
text them to you.
I know you will. I know you will. Thank you. The citizens of Ottawa are gonna be a little less, filled at this point because they're gonna be missing a really great commissioner. So thank you for your service.
That's true. And I forgot about the mom look. I guess I've seen that too. That face anyway, but Sarah, really, I think about so many times we've been in the meetings and there's been a long silence and then you'll just say the right thing. And I think, wow, that's kind of what we needed. And I find that the diversity of our group here, you really enhance that as well with your background. All of us, our background, everything about us, it makes the diversity of the group such a valuable tool for decision making as well. And I've often thought, you know, what's that saying about great minds can disagree? And I thought about, well, we can disagree, but you were never disagreeable. And I think our friends in Washington, D.C., we could certainly learn something from the five of us up here. But nonetheless, I do appreciate all your 14 years of service. I think about that. It's incredible. I came on as a rookie, and I appreciate your willingness to kind of be patient with me and work with me, kind of like this rookie was with you as well. But we all have to go through that experience sometime. So again, I just want to thank you for your dedication, your service, and we'll get that pool built if this next trip, I guarantee it. Great. Thank you, Sarah.
Yes.
Thank you again. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I wanted, can I do the next item?
Sure. Have
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah, because I would actually like to invite the person who's going to take my chair
Yeah.
to come on up so that
absolutely.
he can take the oath of office. I'm ready to give it to you, Tim.
Okay.
That's right. You can't have my Diet Coke.
That'll be item 11B, the oath of office for Commissioner-elect Van Leiden.
Okay.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Tim Van Leiden,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and faithfully discharge the duties of Commissioner
and faithfully discharge the duties of Commissioner
of the City of Ottawa, Kansas.
of the City of Ottawa, Kansas.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Well, Tim, I would like to say welcome to the naughty seats up here, and we will try to get you on board and comfortable, and you can ask us all any questions anytime except for, you know, at random times during meetings, but any times other than that. So do you have any comments you want to make?
No, I'm not a big talker, but I am excited about being on the commission and working with and learning from you fellow commissioners, and hopefully I'll do some good work for the city of Ottawa and the citizens of Ottawa, and we'll, really do a lot of great things together.
That's great. Well, welcome.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll move on to item 11C.
Comments by Mayor Emily Allen and plaque presentation.
Okay, and as I mentioned, this is my last mayor meeting and actually my last mayor item. So I just had a few things to say. I wanted to thank you all and up here as well as the citizens for allowing me the honor of serving as the mayor for Ottawa this year. Together, we've strengthened our community. We've met all kinds of challenges with resilience, and we've made real progress for our city. I think we see it more than most, just being behind the scenes and doing all of the work, but I hope other people can see the progress as well. This year has been one of personal growth for me, and for that I'm truly grateful. Hasn't always been easy, but nothing worthwhile ever is. So thank you for your trust, and I look forward to continuing to serve you for the next 4 years as one of your commissioners. And I think
Yeah.
Dang.
Do we have anything special? Anything?
No, I don't think.
Oh, nothing else?
I don't have pictures. Yeah.
Well, in honor of your service, for, it was even a little bit longer because it was December
was
of twenty
December,
twenty-four, but
yeah.
for this year of 2025, I guess on behalf of the citizens of Ottawa, I want to thank you for your service.
Now you're gonna take the hot
That's-
seat.
Oh, yeah,
No,
you
not
do have
yet.
one
Yeah,
more
you
item.
still have
Wait,
one more item.
oh, yeah, you have, okay, dang it. I tried to get out of it last week and then I'm trying again this week and it's not happening, so we'll try harder. We'll move on to item 11D.
City Commission nomination and election of the mayor for the 2026 term.
Okay, we are needing a nomination for the mayor for the 2026 term.
Madam Mayor,
Commissioner,
I will make the nomination for Mayor Pro Tem Clayton to be our next mayor.
okay, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, any further discussion? May I have roll call vote, please?
How do you vote, Mayor Pro Tem Clayton?
Yes.
Commissioner Skidmore?
Yes.
Commissioner Caylor?
Is no longer commissioner.
That's all right.
6-0.
Commissioner Van Leiden?
Yes.
Commissioner Crowley?
Yes.
And Mayor Allen?
And I vote yes, so I'm no longer mayor, finally.
Good deal.
And we'll do comments, if you have some comments.
Oh, gosh.
We'll have to see here. I didn't drink your water.
That's fine. Well, yeah, we do have a packed house tonight, especially for a,
I'll do the oath.
oh, sure, yeah. I was just gonna start talking.
He's gonna do that one first, yeah.
Where do you want me? Okay.
Get in front of the flag.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Zachary Clayton,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and faithfully discharge the duties of mayor
and faithfully discharge the duties of the office of mayor
of the city of Ottawa, Kansas.
of the city of Ottawa, Kansas.
So help me God.
So help me God. Well, at least it'd make it, and I didn't say my name. So I always worry whenever you say your name that I'm going to say that. So I'm practicing in my head. Tonight really is a night of a lot of speeches. So everyone gets to be here and listen to all of that. I've really been thinking about like what I wanted to say. What is Ottawa to me? What is it to you? All of that. Don't do that. First of all, thank you to my family for being here. Commissioner Caylor said, they're the reason I ran. Lifelong resident of Ottawa. And some say I'm like an Ottawa nerd. I just love it. Went to the courthouse. Time capsule opening last week, and I talked to a guy, I think, for 45 minutes and just geeked out on the history of Ottawa. And I really just feel that, and I hope I can share that with people. I have successfully brought 3 new people to the city of Ottawa, so I will take a little bit of boost for that. And I hope other families do the same thing as well. And I hope we can all, on this dais, work to make Ottawa a place where more people want to bring their families. I was debating on, if I wanted to be kind of ad-lib tonight, or if I should just like write a speech that I actually kind of read. And for me, I really just wanted to highlight kind of a few things that I see as opportunities for Ottawa, areas for us to grow, and things that we can hopefully kind of work on this year. Things that I would kind of like to put my, a feather in my cap. I'd like to revisit the vicious dog ban and the breed-specific legislation we have in town. I know Vanessa from Prairie Paws has brought that up. We do have an issue, I think, with dogs, loose dogs, but I think there are some better tools to effectively fight that than what we currently have in place. I've spoken with the city attorney and would like to look at some type of property tax relief program, similar to what they have in Johnson County in different areas. I'm one that I always favor. Fortune favors the bold, and so I would like to bring things before the 5 of us sitting up here. They may not pass and they may not work, but I would love to just bring some ideas and just see what we could do for either our retired folks or some of those people in our community who need it the most. I don't know how it worked out. I'm a big soccer fan. I'm a season ticket holder to sporting, that I get to sit in this seat the year of the World Cup in Kansas City. That's something that I'm really excited about as well. And I think we are at a great opportunity for some really cool events in the community and some really cool things that we can do for that. And then next year as well, we get to celebrate America's semi-quincentennial. So shout out to City Manager Silcott, who pronounced that for the first time. So now I can, and I will never forget it. But America's 250th. And so as I look ahead to this year, we have budget season right around the corner. There's a lot of things. We're really looking at roads this coming year. And I think everyone in this room probably came here in a car because it's cold enough. I think we all know that we have some work to do, and I'm really hopeful that the 5 of us can get some of that done. Thank you to the voters for passing the sales tax ordinance. And I'll just end with that Ottawa is a wonderful place to call home. And thank you to everyone who voted, the amazing staff of the city for all the work they do every single day. We get to be on camera up here, which is good and bad sometimes, but you guys are really the ones who do all of the work that we take the credit for sometimes. So thank you to all of you guys as well. And that is all. Okay, that'll move us on to item 11G, City Commission nominations and election of Mayor Pro Tem for the 2026 term.
Mr. Mayor, I'd be glad to make the first motion of your tenure, and that would be that we select Eric Crowley as Mayor Pro Tem for next year.
Thank you. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll make that second.
We have a motion and a second. May I get roll call vote, please?
How do you vote, Commissioner Crowley?
Yes.
Commissioner Allen?
Yes.
Commissioner Skidmore?
Yes.
Commissioner Van Leiden?
Yes.
And Mayor Clayton?
I vote yes.
Good luck.
I state your name.
I, Eric Crowley,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of
and
Kansas,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and faithfully discharge the duties of Mayor Pro Tem
faithfully discharge the duties of Mayor Pro Tem
of the City of Ottawa, Kansas.
of the City of Ottawa, Kansas.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
You've got a lot of
Yeah.
switching to do tonight.
Well, that'll move us on to item 11I, comments by newly appointed Mayor Pro Tem.
I remember years ago when I first sat in your position and I had a nice long speech and I realized years later that the people aren't here to hear my speech. So I'm going to make it short and sweet. Thank you to my fellow commissioners for entrusting me in this position. Been through it before, so I know what to expect. I'm anxious to work side by side with you this year. Hopefully you don't miss any meetings so you can do it all yourself. I don't have to worry about that. But thank you to the citizens of Ottawa. I too am looking forward to Ottawa, what's going to happen in our wonderful town this year and to see what great things we can accomplish. So let's get busy.
Well, I wish you would have said that about short and sweet before I talked. You could have led with
I
that.
knew it wasn't going to be short. and
I
sweet.
saw a few heads nod a little. So I didn't throw any dad jokes for Commissioner Skidmore, but I really thought about it.
We'll get there.
That will move us on to item 11J, City Hall HVAC project update and change order request from Director Sommer. Staff will review the project timeline and impact of temporary office locations and present a change order to incorporate lighting and ceiling tile replacement.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. I'm here to talk about two things. One is just the project getting started. Some of the background of the project. This was part of a 2022 general obligation bond that we did. We had a competitive bidding process October 1st of 2025. The commission selected BCI Mechanical to start to do the improvements. And then the start date is going to be December 15th, 2025. It's basically going to be in 4 stages or phases. So phase 1 is going to be the entire second floor. And it will work out best if we can vacate the entire second floor during that time, which would be 5 or 6 weeks. Then we would move down to the first floor of City Hall. And then you have some room, boiler room or mechanical room in the basement area that they'll be working on. And then they'll finish up in the basement of City Hall. So on phase one, all the employees in City Hall, second floor, are relocating for the entire time. And the city staff have been incredible in the ways that they have thought of to accommodate the employees in different buildings or even on the first floor cramming together, and everybody will get along, I'm sure, and it will be an experience. And I think it'll be an exciting time. So the piece that's important is all of the contact information is going to stay the same. The phone numbers, the email addresses, all of that will still be in operation. Maybe just a pop-in will not be appropriate. You may want to call first or email first before you just show up to make sure that somebody on the second floor is in this building, they may be in another building. So you just going to want to reach out before you stop by. And then we've just got their locations and phone numbers there. When it comes to phase two, we're kind of evaluating what's working in phase one and how it's going, and then we'll tweak that as it goes along. We will work with our communications and outreach coordinator to make sure that we're pushing it out where everybody's going to be, and we're going to have it as least disruptions as possible during this process. So do you have any questions about the timeline of the project or kind of the relocations, temporary relocations?
Will that affect this room too? When you talk about
Eventually,
first floor?
yeah.
So we have other plans for it to meet somewhere else, I assume.
It'll depend, as we get to the phase two, we'll look at the schedule, see how long they'll need to be in this room and kind of how that lines up with your calendar and go from there.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Do we have plans to put kind of that list you provided anywhere on the website? So when folks
Yeah.
are, know that they're coming in, that they could look and make sure where they need to go.
Yeah, we did post it yesterday on social media, and then it will be on the website as well.
Will that have tentative timelines on how long people could expect those offices to be relocated?
I think, yeah, we can do that. We'll probably follow up when it changes and put it out again and say, kind of they're back at City Hall, or whatever the messaging will be.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions?
All right, so we'll jump into the second part, and that is to consider LED lighting and ceiling tile replacements during the HVAC project. So they're going to have the entire ceiling torn apart all throughout City Hall. And so we started to think, why there's an opportunity here to look at what it would take to do the lighting and ceiling tile upgrades at that same time. And so this is kind of more of the background, the same stuff as the first slide, but it's just you're looking at how to maximize the bond money and then accomplish this project least disruptive as possible. So in 3 years, you won't have to come through and do the lighting or change the ceiling tiles in 5 years, or you kind of want to roll it all up into one thing. But that begs the question, why would you even replace the ceiling tiles? Well, the ones that we have, I think you could probably still smoke in this building whenever the ceiling tiles were first put in here. And so they degrade over time. So the insulation and the sound absorption and quality start to degrade as time goes on. The air quality can suffer because they just collect dust and it sits in there. And it will look better as well, because this is a picture that where you have a mismatched tile that doesn't match any of the others. There's stains on some of the tiles that are up there. And as far as the lighting goes, we have fluorescent lights throughout the building right now. You have a couple of spots where you'll have and this picture kind of shows where the light on the bottom is yellow, the light on the top is a white light. And so it's kind of mismatched around the building as well, and you're getting different color variations. The LEDs will use a lot less electricity, probably at least 50% less electric usage. They're lower maintenance. You don't have to replace any fluorescent tubes or do anything like that as time goes on. And they have improved light quality. So this change order, we requested change orders for both tiles and the lighting. BG Consultants is the kind of the consultant on this project, and they looked at the change orders and they thought that the pricing was fair and appropriate. The city's bond council confirmed that these do align with the GO bond from 2022 that we had for this project that's supplying the money. And the estimate is that adding these would add about 5 days to the overall project timeline. The total cost of the project, total cost of these change orders is $171,058. Any legal contracts will be reviewed by the city attorney. And that brings us to, a few options. You could approve both change orders or a combination or none. If you do none and decline both change orders, the project will just continue as planned. So I'll just kind of leave it at that. And if you have any questions, Brandon Livingston from BCI is here, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
So are these the original tiles throughout the whole building when it was built in 78?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay, and when we did this room, we just put the old tiles back up. That's what these are.
These are new tiles.
Oh, okay.
These are brand new, and the rest of the building would get this exact tile. So
Oh,
we
I
would
see.
keep this throughout the entire.
This room
building.
will stay the same, but just the lighting would change.
Yeah.
And would the lighting be in the same casing where these are now, the LED, or they look? Okay.
Pretty much same location. They have the same footprint. They won't have the gaps around the outside because that's actually a return air that is built in around the lighting. The new lighting won't have that, but essentially the same.
And are you thinking these are changes that would have to be made? I mean, obviously at some point anyway, probably, as the fluorescents get more outdated and we keep replacing them, these are changes that are going to be required at some point.
I think they're good.
Paul, do we have a number for what, in replacement ballasts, bulbs, stuff like that we typically spend in City Hall?
I don't know what one of these bulbs that goes in there. I don't know what the cost of one bulb would be. I don't think it's a lot of money. I think the energy savings is probably the biggest component to the LED upgrades.
Well, and the longevity, I think the lifespan of a LED is way, way longer than a fluorescent too, but yeah.
You can get upwards of 35,000 hours out of an LED fixture. So, I mean, if you do 12 hours a day, you're looking at, 25 years.
Yeah.
So Brandon, there'll be 2x4 fixtures, sealed fixtures? Since there's no bulbs, no ballot, or no driver with an LED, it's a driver, no, okay.
That's that same question.
I figured you would, that's why I was waiting. Any concerns? Have you looked at the wiring behind it? Any concerns with that? I'm assuming whips with grounds and all that good stuff. Yeah. Just don't want to run into another issue where we run into something that might cost a little bit more.
Melissa, do you know by chance because I know you look through grants and everything all the time, with lighting being an environmental component of a building, have you seen anything that would potentially even touch if we didn't do it today and were to look at grant funds at some point, if that would qualify in your mind for some of those things?
Yes, there's electric saving grants out there, or to be more efficient. I haven't necessarily seen one that would be this specific. Usually they're more wide-based, but we could definitely look at that. But I have not seen anything in the last 2 years that would have been a great fit for the project.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
Is there any reason, Mr. Summers, that we need to make this decision this evening?
The reason is that as they start on the 15th, the earlier they can order the tiles and the lighting, the less likely it will prolong the project. That would be the only thing, since they are starting. If they can't get the materials in time, if it's delayed by a week or two, that will delay the project itself.
And all the ceiling tiles were coming out regardless, right? I mean,
Brandon? Can you go up there, please, so the folks listening can hear them also, hear you also? Thank you.
Brandon Livingston, President, BCI Mechanical. So to your point, or to answer your question, Commissioner Van Leiden, the 2/3 of the tile will be removed during the process, regardless. We're installing VAV boxes with hot water heat coils, so we're going to be installing piping and things above the ceiling. So those tiles will be removed and then have to be put back in. And so, like I said, the suggestion or the thought came up, especially when we saw this work done in the council chambers here. And I think there's also been comment of a noticed improvement in acoustics. And when we verified the model of this tile, this is a good tile. This is more expensive than a baseline tile. And so that was another thing that, we went through and analyzed and from that perspective.
Well, and it's been my experience, I don't know, yours, whenever you take ceiling tiles out, they never go back in or they get busted or damaged. It's gonna be worse replacing them than what they look like now before you do anything. It'll in my experience.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that one bit. If I could touch on, I think the question was asked about environmental grant, but I'm not familiar on grants. One thing I did mention, I think, to Paul and BG Consultants, engineer Jared Mann, Kansas City Power and Light, formerly now Evergy, there was some incentives over the years, and I can check and see what we have. It's a little bit different, I think, since the city is your own utility. And so how that would pass through, but there used to be some lighting incentives. Now, some of that changed with some of the utility commission rate changes over the years, but they used to offer some rebates. And I'd be more than happy to make some phone calls and find out if there's any way that we could pass that rebate through. But I mean, effectively, the energy savings is so dramatic that it's almost kind of a no-brainer from that perspective. So I know it's a chunk of money, but the savings is immense.
We are our own utility, but we purchase from the grid, so.
Right, we probably wouldn't qualify for that. However, I will say, Director Landis, can you confirm that this is in fact a principal sum amount that's already within the existing issuance that was issued back in 2022? So we wouldn't be incurring, it's simply allowing for authorization within that expenditure amount that's already been approved.
Yes, thank you. So within the bond issuance, we had worked in some contingency dollars in case any of the projects had gone over the expected amount. Some of our projects came in under, for example, the PD project was significantly less than what we had originally planned for. And so we've been able to work in some other dollars. So for example, you still have the boiler system replacement, but even after that in the original bid, out of the bonded dollars of the 2.5 million, there's still roughly 120,000 left. Because we have delayed starting this project, those dollars have been accumulating investment interest. So there are dollars then also that will help offset this. In fact, there's enough to cover the cost of a change order, and likely still some dollars left over that we may be able to apply to some other improvements at the OMA if they actually fall under the project description that we originally assigned to the bond issue. I think that's the important part, is that our bond counsel did say that this does fall under the original description. So that's how you can use those dollars. If we don't use all of these dollars that were originally part of the bond issue, they just go back to pay the debt, and you would have to find another place to find those funds from later down the road.
Brandon, does BCI have the ability to do an analysis of the savings that we would have going from the fluorescence to the LED? I know there's firms out there that can do that. So I don't know if that was
We could do that in conjunction with BG Consultants,
okay.
the city's engineer, of
Yeah,
course.
I think it'd be great for the citizens to see not just the savings from here on out, but then, I mean, it'll pay for itself over a few years, just on the LED side of it. It's $80,000 in the LED side of it. And I think over 5, 6, 7, 8 years, it'll pay for itself just in the savings.
Yes, no doubt. Yeah, I'd be happy to, I'll get with BG Consultant with Jared Mann and we can certainly get those.
Thank you.
But
Appreciate that.
yeah.
So Paul, if we waited till the 17th, tell us again what that would do to the process.
That would just delay ordering the actual product, the lighting and the tiles.
Will that affect the price? The price set, or it won't
It's
affect?
just a matter of they're going to be already working on the first floor. So I don't know what the lead time is on the lighting or the tiles, but from the time they order it to the time they get in, if there's any delay at all, then they won't be able to finish the phase 1 on the second floor and move down to phase 2. It will just push the project back.
Okay,
Paul,
go ahead.
remind me, was BCI the only bidder on the HVAC part of the project?
Yeah.
Okay.
And usually your cost recovery is within 3 to 5 years.
I was gonna ask
Sometimes
if you can get an estimate even now, while you're standing there, give us an estimate on the LED portion was, 78,000. So with our utility rates, what they are, our cost of, to produce the power and what we buy also on the grid. Any idea how many years? You'd say about 3 to 5
3 to
years.
5 for commercial and like 2 for residential.
So, okay. That's not too bad then.
So if we were to postpone this, do we have any idea what the cost would be like 2 years from now if we don't go ahead? It's got to be considerably cheaper to do it
I think
right
it's
now.
always
While
going
we
to
have
be,
all the tiles and everything out, I would assume.
yeah, and that's part of the attraction of trying to bundle this together at the same time, because if you came by in 3 years and wanted to do the lighting or the tiles, then it's a big disruption on City Hall again, and people have to move around and ship things. And
Typically, I would be a proponent of, giving other individuals the ability to bid a project like this. I think that there's other contractors that might be interested in bidding that. Although, and that's why I asked the question about the HVAC bid, since BCI was the only one, and they were willing to take on this project, and while they're involved in it, take on these additional things that we're talking about here. And then hearing the urgency of, and I understand it, I order, light fixtures and gear all the time too. So, I mean, I'm 60 days out on one, a project. So I understand the delays. So that being said, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make the motion that we approve item 11J on our agenda.
Thank you. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. May I get roll call vote, please?
Just discussion, just one more
Oh.
point. I just want to make that, a lot of these tiles are older than some people sitting on this dais, just a point of clarification, so.
Not us. Not us.
I know.
Maybe just one.
I can too.
Madam Clerk, just for clarification, could the maker of the motion state whether that is for one or both change orders?
I'll make the motion. We approve both change orders.
And my second follows that as
Oh.
well.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Can we have roll call, please?
How do you vote, Commissioner Skidmore?
Yes.
Commissioner Van Leiden?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crowley?
Yes.
Commissioner Allen?
Yes.
And Mayor Clayton?
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you. That passes. That will take us on to item 12, comments by our city manager.
Commissioners, we'll make this very brief so we can get on with the executive session and then the reception. Highlights, we'll just focus on public safety and the fire department. They attended the county quarterly meeting. As you know, we had our community Christmas parade, which C Shift was the crew on duty and driving the fire engines through town. And then we had call service here. As of December 7th, you'll see that we've averaged slightly more than the previous year at 2,111 runs. Upcoming community events is we'll have the free band concert, and it'll be at the OMA Sunday, December 14th at 2 p.m. And also note that City Hall will be closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day for the holiday. We have 4 current opening positions, 5 with the sound and light, police records, maintenance worker, and police officers, which we'll have revolving. So if you know of individuals who want to serve our community in law enforcement, we're always eager to bring new folks on board. And our upcoming agenda items for the December 17th, 10 a.m. meeting are listed here. And we will give you an overview as well on the snow removal plan. Hopefully it won't be needed, but at least the city stands ready to respond. And we'll have the ECAN presentation from Price Chopper. So that concludes my report. If there are no questions for myself or another member of the team. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, City Manager Slocum, sorry, before you go, either for you, maybe potentially, Finance Department. I saw today that our portal, our online app enabled payments began. Or Assistant Director McCurdy, maybe you wanna, I was gonna let you try to sit
Yeah.
down, but.
I was trying to take a week off. Yes, they are live. That was actually one of the points for next week, but we can talk about it
Yeah.
today. The term from the software company is IVR, but basically it's an electronic payment over the phone with your credit or debit card that you can make on your utilities, and they are live. So you just call the main line. I think we're option 1 or 2. It'll say, do you want to talk to utility? Do you want to make a payment on your utility bill? You push that, and then it asks you if you want to make an electronic payment or if you want to talk to a customer service rep. If you press the first option, you'll go through the automated system. You do need your account number. I've tested it twice and it worked. So you enter that, you enter your house number, it verifies who you are, tells you your account balance. You can make a payment or just hear about your account balance. You can pay the whole thing or just however much you want. But also if you press 2, you will still get human beings on the phone in the office. So we're still there. We can still help you over the phone. But this option is great because it's 24/7. So you can call at whatever hour of the day because we're only here 8 to 5. So
Awesome. With that, since that is 24 hours a day, if someone has utilities that are disconnected and they make a payment after hours, would that be the next day? Kind of how would that work if someone's paying outside of hours?
currently we still have somebody who is kind of on call. And so they're available. So far this month, because of weather, we are in cold weather rule. And so we have not disconnected anyone for non-payment. But we haven't quite played with the system with that yet. So, we do have an after hours number and that also is available through that. Or again, there's an after hours person on call up to a certain hour. I do not know that off the top of my head. But so usually what happens if someone makes a payment after hours, they call in, they tell that person on duty who contacts the person in our department, confirms it, and we can do reconnects.
Awesome.
So,
Well,
yeah.
thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. That will take us to comments by the governing body. We will start with Commissioner Van Leiden.
Yes, I'm just excited to be here tonight and excited to serve the community and work with my fellow commissioners, and we'll be off to a good start for the next year.
We will. Commissioner Allen.
I'm thrown off a bit by being over here, but after a few times, I'm sure it'll be just fine and we'll get used to it. So I'm excited to see all the changes and I think it's going to be a good year. So I'm looking forward to it.
Commissioner Skidmore.
I have nothing more to add.
Mayor Pro Tem.
I have nothing to add.
And I have nothing else to add as well. That will lead us to item 13, announcements. We have our December 17th, 2025 commission meeting in this room here at City Hall at 10 a.m. Both of the meetings for December 24th and December 31st have been canceled. So after the 17th, we will see everyone next year. That will move us on to item 15, executive session.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make the motion that we do approve at the commission recess into executive session to engage in privilege and confidential communication with the board's attorney pursuant to the attorney-client privilege exception, KSA 75-4319B2. The open meeting will resume in this room at 8 o'clock.
What's time?
10 minutes.
We have a
I'll
motion for a
second.
second. All those in favor?
Just as discussion before you vote, Mr. Mayor, would just let everyone in the room know, please, if you're here, where there will be a short reception afterwards for departing Commissioner Caylor, as well as for Commissioner Van Leiden and Mayor Clayton, Mayor Pro Tem Crowley, and you're all invited to stick around. We will go into the executive session room and be back here shortly after 8. So please stay so you can mill about and visit. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yep, thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? We're in executive session. executive session with nothing else to come before the commission. We are adjourned.